Hi, this is Kendra, team leader of Spirit Realm Investigation. I'm at Haunted Ramblewood Fall Festival, speaking to you from an authentic haunted house. With me are Chris and Brian from the Paranormal Investigation group, Scared. Welcome and thank you for agreeing to answer some of our questions today.
Thanks for having us.
So, first off, I know we want to know, how did you guys get together and decide to form a group?
Whew, that's going way back to 2002. I've known Brian for about 16 years. We share a lot of the same interests. Paranormal was always one of them. And more than anything else, when we first started, we were filmmakers, independent filmmakers. And we wanted to do something that we figured we can get a lot of the locals from where we live in Staten Island, New York, kind of behind and interested in what we're doing. So that's how the idea originally came about.
And when we first started, there was really not too much on TV to imitate, so we really did things a little differently. We had little tests and little very simple methods of trying to find out paranormal activity. For instance, baby powder on the floor, toy cars, and you know, very simple tests.
Awesome.
Which we still utilize to points today, too.
Very cool. So, your professional materials will state that one of you is the skeptic and the other one is the scientist. Which one is which?
I'm the skeptic.
I'm the scientist.
Okay, and for the scientists, how do you reconcile these different approaches when you're out on the investigation?
The way we built our team is built around the three-pillar system, which is skeptic, scientist, psychic. So just within our group, we have so many different viewpoints and different ways of approaching an investigation that it's almost second nature when we meet other groups, that if they do things differently, we just go, okay, that's cool, I didn't look at it like that. Maybe we can take something that they do and integrate it into our methodology. As far as just the science angle to it, science is always an ever-evolving thing. So I can have an opinion one day. When I get more facts that change that opinion, I might do a 180 the next day and kind of go with that theory.
I'm sure that makes it fun, right?
It's a hard way to go about things. I never know whether I'm coming or going.
And how about you? How do you reconcile?
Yeah, I just kind of take it investigation by investigation. I'm always looking for that kind of personal paranormal experience to have the place kind of prove itself to me that it's haunted or there's activity there. If I don't kind of have that experience, you know, psychics, you know, making up stuff or just saying what they feel, all right, that's one thing. And even if it coincides with, you know, some of the equipment that we use, that's cool too. But I'm looking for the personal kind of, wow, yeah, I felt that, I heard that with my own ears, I saw it with my own eyes. So I kind of question everything. Yeah.
Every time he says personal paranormal experience, I think personal pan pizza and I get hungry. Every time.
Nice. Now you're making me hungry. Okay, so Chris, you have described yourself as the low-tech kind of guy. So what are your preferred tools then, and the techniques that you might use?
Number one, I think the most important piece of equipment anybody brings on any investigation is your own body. Your five senses, that is the most basic piece of equipment that we have. I mean, if you look back, you look at animals, they know when an earthquake is going to come and they book. You know, I think we as people used to have that kind of extra sense, and we kind of lost it over the years as we became more civilized. I also like trigger objects, very simple cameras. I mean, I don't think that a person needs to spend hundreds or thousands of dollars to be able to conduct a paranormal investigation.
And so versus that, the high-tech guy, what do you like to use?
I like having gadgets. I'm definitely the gadget guy. I do agree with Chris that you don't need that stuff, but it makes it easier, it makes it simpler. I've got the Gauss Master EMF detector, and as I'm doing a sweep of the house, it lets me know instantly, hey, I'm getting a reading, where my five senses, you know, personally, I wouldn't pick that up. Maybe our psychic would be sensitive to such resonances, and, you know, I can't measure or quantify what she's feeling, but I can with my gadgets. So I love always having an EMF detector on me, I guess whatever brand you would favor, because it gives you that instant display of, hey, I'm picking up something. Whereas EVPs, cool, I dig it, but it's evidence review. Something on camera, cool, I have to look at it later. And we sometimes will come home from an investigation with 10, 20, 30 plus hours of footage that we got to go through. Yeah. EMF, instant.
Awesome. So what would you say, and either one of you can answer, your group, what sets you guys apart from the rest of the other paranormal groups?
I think it would be, like I said before, the three-pillar system. A lot of times we see groups they're very scientific. They have a certain methodology. It's science, and then other groups are very more metaphysical. Oh, we're psychic, and we only have psychics. I feel we're one of the only groups, definitely not the only one, but one of the few that really integrates all those viewpoints, and especially with religion. We have so many different religious backgrounds, Catholic, Muslim, pagan in our group, that we just kind of work together, and it's not like we're arguing about which way is the best way.
Yeah, I mean, we're respectful of each person, individual's beliefs, within our group and other people that we work with. Although we might not totally agree with what these people believe in, it's their right to believe it, and maybe their way of doing things, they'll get different results. And it's always good to be able to work with other groups, with other individuals, and test theories and the way things operate.
I think I guess I would consider our group a wild card. We can fit with any, because we work with a lot of people, and we never try to say, hey, you should do things our way, but we'll work well with other people.
Well, that's always a good thing. You play well with others.
We try.
So you recently wrote an article in Haunted Times, and it was called The Urban Explorer's Backpack. Can you tell us a little bit about the piece, without going into great detail because we want people to read it, and what prompted you to make it?
Well, we've been doing the urban exploration part of investigating since we started. I mean, in the beginning, what we did was more considered urban exploration than paranormal investigating. People will still do stuff like that today, but we figured, hey, let's kind of lay some knowledge down, some of the stuff that we've learned from the mistakes that we've made over the last 8 years, so you guys don't make the same mistakes that we've made. And we try to be a little, informative about, this is, if you're going to do something like this, these are kind of guidelines that you should go by.
And there's a little bit of a stigma against urban exploration right now, because there's a very fine line between exploration and trespassing. And the general basic rule is take nothing but photographs, leave nothing but footprints. And as documentarians, that's what we try to do. So we wrote the article, and we've been doing a lecture series about it over the past year, also called The Urban Explorer's Backpack, to kind of say, hey, these are the misconceptions, this is what we do, decide for yourself.